All right, guys, we're gonna do something different again today. It's only gonna be about 8 minute, 8 to 9 minute video here. This is gonna be about RVs and how I like. I'm very interested in RVs. Am I interested in living in an RV? Not necessarily, but I just think it's so cool to have a motorhome, like to be able to drive around, travel. I mean, some of these RVs are unbelievable. I mean, some of this stuff is better than any apartment I've ever rented. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. It's like, cause you guys know, man, how I feel about homes and stuff like that. I once told you guys that homes kind of reminded me of a gravestone. It's like your first gravestone before your real gravestone. Especially the way the homes are just kind of all together. I seen a home the other day, guys. I said that this is how you're supposed to live. The person had a big home and it had a whole bunch of shrubs around their home. I told y'all about those people who have the tall shrubs around their home. And y'all should have seen this place. I wish I could have did a video, which of course I wasn't going to do that on somebody's property. But this homeowner made it a point to know that he did not want anybody trespassing on his property. I mean, this is how you got to live, because people are like animals. You have to, we all walk around with the how you doings and sorries and thank. No, people are animals, especially nowadays. You have to protect your space. You have to have you have to set boundaries. And when I seen this home, this person, they have some serious boundaries going up with their home. Now, this individual had a big home. He lived in, an upscale neighborhood, and most of the houses were fairly separated, but still not separated enough for my taste. But this particular homeowner, had the shrubs around the big tall shrubs around the house, so no neighbors could be not even looking in on binoculars. I mean, this is how you gotta really be, guys, with people. You gotta set up boundaries. If you don't, they're gonna cross them. Not only did they have the shrubs around the house, it was like signs up. It was like no cars, like no motor vehicles past this point. I actually had to stop at that sign and walk over to the home. I see this person was not playing about their peace and their privacy. You see, this is how you gotta do this to you. I see neighborhoods, it's so interesting how my mind works, man. Like, I will see something and I won't really think about it until later about why these people actually are doing certain things. Sometimes I see stuff, I don't really think about it that much, but then it just pops up in my head later. Oh, I know why they're doing that. You know how people reverse they make the street look like it's a one-way street by putting 2 or 3 cars at the end of the block facing, opposite ends, so it looks like a one-way street, because they don't want nobody turning in, because they don't want a little cream puffs with some modified Johnny wannabe Johnny. They're not even Johnny Dangerous. They want to be Johnny Dangerous. They don't want to wannabe Johnny Dangerous turn down their block with a punk ass modified muffler. That the law enforcement needs to set boundaries on people with modified mufflers. Why should and these are people who taxpayers, upscale homes. Why should people like that have to hear modified mufflers going down the street at night when they got to get some rest? Telling you, man, this place don't have its priorities straight, guys. They interested in all the wrong things. So people are trying to casually take things in their own hands to stop certain things from happening, because obviously the law is not focused on things that really not only helps other people but even themselves. Law enforcement people got homes too. They want peace too, right? This place seems predicated on distractions and not having privacy and peace and quiet and stuff like that. So yeah, I just want to say that homeowner really did. But guys, it's almost to the point. It's almost like you'll have more peace in a goddamn motorhome than living in a neighborhood. Go figure. Go figure, guys. When you have a house, if you under HOA, you're dealing with HOA. You're dealing with all kind of stuff when you have a house, and to the point where some people must even ask themselves, why did I even get into this shit anyway? This is not the American dream. Owning a house is an American nightmare. Somebody telling you you can't grow something on your property or you can't have your grass this high. I mean, are you serious? And then taxes keep going up every year. It's like people are going to have to start thinking of alternative ways of doing things, man. I'm not saying people should be living in motorhomes, but I'm just saying, man, like, it's almost like you got to make some drastic changes just to have peace in your life, man. You know, a lot of us think peace involves having a lot of money. Sometimes peace don't involve sometimes it is the total opposite. I don't know, man. It's just the way the construct is. So I just think some of these motorhomes are so freaking cool, man. Like, I want to learn all about motorhomes. Like, I want to learn how they work. How does the, you know, the propane tanks, you know, charging them? What would you be traveling? Would things be accessible? Replacements? You know, what if something happens with the motor? How would you get that fixed? How long would it take? Like, I just want to know all about motorhomes. You know what I'm saying? For real. These things are super dope, man. They super duper dope. And you know, well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say that later into the video because I got something slick to say. I'm gonna say that for the video. Let's get to it, guys. Let's look at this one motorhome. Originally, I was looking at them real luxury, expensive ones, but you know, those things are too big. You know, you gotta look at the ones that's like you can really actually travel without any, you know, having all these problems and stuff with the size. So I seen one yesterday on the streets. It was like perfect, you know. But let's look at this one right here, y'all. Let's see, what's this? A Super C diesel? And make sure it's a diesel too, guys. This is a 2025 model. I think it's a Coachman. It's a popular brand called Coachman. Let's go ahead and play this, y'all, and I'll narrate.
My name is Dan Bullion with Bullion RV Center in Duluth, Minnesota. Today I'm going to do a short video of our brand new 2025 Coachman Entourage 330DS Class C diesel. We'll show you the inside, we'll show you the outside, and we'll see if you like it. All right, this is on the International 4x4 chassis. Full body paint. LP tank is right up front here. Is equipped with side cameras as well, so those are mounted right there on the side wall. Full length electric awning with LED lighting underneath. Storage compartment here. Another one towards the back. Then you do have outside TV as well. Backup camera up top along with prep for a ladder. Also has a hitch with 7-way and 4-way wiring. 2 slide outs on the 330DS. Is also equipped with slide toppers. Storage compartment on this side as well. Fuel fill is right next to that. Water heater right here. More storage down below. And then your generator is up front here. It is a 5500 Onan LP generator. And one more storage compartment within the slide right there. Nice LED lighting up front. Extended mirrors.
Yo, don't underestimate that LED lighting, man. That I seen one with LED lighting. That is really, really cool looking, y'all. Like, for real. It looks so nice. And I mean, and you see all the storage you have. You don't even have that much storage in most 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartments, man.
And as we walk in, you do have some master light switches along with a battery disconnect. And auto level control panel here. Kitchen slide and couch slide. 3-burner oven. Full-size microwave. Plenty of storage. Accent lighting. Full-size sink.
Now, one thing I seen, I was looking at a motorhome the other day, guys, and I haven't done my research on it yet, but I was thinking about the water tanks because I'm like, how do these things have showers and all this type of stuff? Like, where are you getting the water from? The replacement water, and where are you dumping things and stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? So I got to do more research, but I saw that it was like separate tanks. Like you had a clean water tank, you had a gray water tank, and then you had like I think a black water tank or something. I don't know what any of that stuff really mean. I mean, I can imagine what a black water tank would mean, but I was like, what is the gray water one? And then it had the freshwater one. So I was I can't really think in my mind what that really means, like to the T, but I'm more concerned about like replacing that shit. You know what I mean? Like how that actually is done efficiently. And especially if you want to spend a lot of time on these things traveling around the country, you just want to make sure things are running, efficiently, that you can actually be living on those things, you know what I'm saying? But and then of course you gotta think about the generator and how much power you're actually using. And what if that generator goes out? What are you gonna do about that? So I got a lot of questions about these things, but let's move on.
Another control panel here. This is where you can start up your generator, turn your Wi-Fi on, your tank heaters, and both slide buttons are there as well. Full-size refrigerator and freezer. There is a AC unit in the living room, and there is also a second one in the bedroom. Walk-through bathroom. So toilet, sink in the bathroom, mirror, extra storage here. So plenty of bathroom storage. Full-size shower. Skylight. King bed in the 330DS.
I'm sorry, man. That's better than having an apartment, because at least you own this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about all the apartments I had, and what's the bottom line? The bottom line is you don't own it. And at least you own this. If you was paying payments on this, wouldn't you rather pay payments on this than pay rent, something you ain't gonna never own?
You've got USB outlet and 12 volt there. This bed also tilts up and down, so the power button for that is right there. Storage up above. Here's that second air conditioning unit. Again, USB and 12 volt on this side. And plenty of storage in here. Tons of hanging clothes storage. TV in the bedroom. And then you do have a washer dryer combo.
That's unbelievable. A washer dryer. Come on, man. You gotta tell me, where is all this water coming from, y'all? Like, for real, where's all this water coming up? It looks good, but let's talk about the intangibles, man. Where you getting all this water from? Is this something you can only do for like a day or two, or what if you actually living on living on the thing? That's some, man. Telling you, boy. A lot of apartments don't even come with washer and dryer. This thing is better than an apartment, man, hands down. And it's on wheels.
More storage on this side. L-shaped dinette. There is a seatbelt there too as well. TV right across from the theater seating. The theater seating is heated and massage. Fantastic fan up in the front bed area. There are reading lights in the corners as well, along with cup holders. You do have storage compartments up here as well. And here is the cab area. do one more walk around of the floor plan. And here is the
Yeah, come on now, hurry up. Let's in this thing. Get back, show us that bed that you and the wifey gonna be getting it on. I want to see that.
Coachman Entourage 330 DS Class C diesel.
I'm a little confused because
extra storage here, so plenty.
I'm trying to see because they was showing. Well, you guys seen the bed. I feel like I'm missing something because.
This is a brand new unit.
I think people are going to be really surprised
At the price.
A
little bit different, guys, but they do it right.
I just want to show y'all the
Right when you come in,
the whole bed thing.
you do have a huge bunk, and then
This is another video.
the bed, which I'm going to show you shortly. Before we jump into
I just want y'all to hear her break down the bed. Watch this.
the kitchen, look, I have a convection. Over here, you have a nice sized wardrobe. Now, you can do what you need to do. I really, really like that. And then you have a porcelain macerator toilet.
That's nice for this
Leg
price
out of
point.
here. Again, price is going to shock you. Like I said, outside, all the options that you get. So, yes.
If I had to guess how much this thing, guys, I don't know how much it is, but if I had to guess, it's probably about 130,000.
This is really nice. You do have some storage space in there. Smaller sink, but
This is a brand new unit.
Hold on,
I
y'all.
think people are going to be really surprised
At the price.
at the price. Right when you come in, you do have a little bit huge bunk, and then the bed here. You do have your over here. You have. Let's get into the bedroom. So
There we go.
This is your bedroom on the Coachman Entourage 320 LV. You have a queen size bed. So obviously, with the size of the coach, you're going to fit a queen here, not a king. Here's a wardrobe, another wardrobe for you. Plenty of space in there, and you also get a couple drawers for clothing, soft clothes on those. You have 2 of those, and you have 3 of these cabinets straight across, no dividers in between. You can stack baskets. You can put whatever you like there. Also, a lot of times people are looking for a place for a CPAP machine. Right over here on the right side of the bed is a really good place. I know many of you in the past have told us that we don't use CPAPs, but you have to have it at your level. So that is a good place for it. And you also have a charging back there for your phone. The note for this side of the bed, you want to step up, unless you want to climb in from the bottom, but just know that. But nice long drawer there, so you can keep anything that you need to. A lot of RVs don't have that on the side of the bed, so your things are always falling all over the place. So that comes in really handy. Ooh, let me close that the right way. There we go. Soft close. Okay, and then 3 shelves, plenty of room for your clothes there. You do have an AC, as Izzy said, this is a 50 amp coach. This is your second AC. So think about how cool this coach is going to be with these 2 ACs, especially one in the bedroom. You're going to be super chill in the summer. You also have your second TV in here for the interior. Remember, you have the exterior TV and then 2 interior TVs.
Yeah, this one's a little nicer than the last one.
One for the bedroom. You also have storage under the bed. So you have your water under there, but you'll see you have 2. Now, these are 2 drawers on the bottom of the bed. So you can either lift the bed or pull them out, whatever is easiest for you. But again, plenty of storage space in this bedroom.
One more thing before we get into the specs. This one does have the WineGuard Gateway 5G, so it's going to give you internet on board. Now, this is a brand new unit. The specs are not even on Coachman's website, so I'm going to read you just some of the general specs, and then
We're gonna stop right there, guys. I just want to, the whole thing with the bed. I mean, obviously, if you get it on with your wife and stuff, the motorhome is big enough that I don't think, you can rock the thing back and forth with you and your wife, unless y'all both over 300 pounds or some shit. But it's kind of interesting, guys. When I used to drive limousines back in the day, some of y'all probably want to know, man, did you ever witness people getting it on and when you used to drive those stretch limousines? Uh, yeah, of course they would have the privacy thing up, but I think that happened about 2 or 3 times with me, guys, where I was driving a limousine and a couple was getting it on in the back. And I have to tell you guys, like, that's like that's like so tacky to me. Like, I can never imagine like getting it on with my especially somebody you love, for God. Like, that's just too tacky. Okay, getting it on in the back of a limousine, that's too tacky for me. I mean, like, why the thing is actually driving and the driver's up front and all, nah, I can't picture myself doing that. Uh, Now, maybe if I actually owned my own limousine and it was parked at my house and I wanted to get it on the limousine because me and my girl couldn't make it upstairs to the to the bedroom, but just like the whole renting a limousine and we're gonna get it on a limousine tonight. That's just so tacky. That's more tackier than a Sybaris pool suite. I don't know if some of y'all, they actually still got those, guys, not as many as they used to. The Sybaris pool suite. I mean, just like, you don't even know if that shit is really. I don't want to get into that. Just sanitation. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. I just wanted to share y'all, talk to y'all a little bit about RVs. But and they got some really nice ones, guys. I mean, I have seen some motorhomes that were close to $1 million that literally look better than most people's homes that people actually live in. And so it's almost like you really got to think about what makes you happy in this life. I'm not saying that, guys, that living in an RV would make me happy. I have no idea. I'm just saying that all these restrictions, all these rules that come with having a house. That's how I know I would love to live out in the country, because it's not the same thing. I've been in the city too long, and I just see a lot of things about city life that I don't like. I've lived in New York, Las Vegas, Chicago. I've been to LA before. It's just, I cannot live like that. But like I said, I seen a house that was outside, the city sometimes, and you see people that they go extra lengths to make sure they had their privacy and they have a little more space and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this out, guys. Yeah, a motorhome. I mean, I'm not saying I would actually want to live in a motorhome. I mean, but, to have one of those things as well as a house, I mean, to be able to go on a road trip in one of those things, that must be a lot of fun, guys. That must be a lot of fun, because when I drove from Chicago to Las Vegas, when I moved to Las Vegas and I drove from Chicago to Vegas, that was one of the most beautiful trips I had ever taken, especially driving through Utah. It was unbelievable. Okay, unbelievable. I'm going to talk to you guys more about that later. Going through the mountain regions of Colorado and Utah, that's the most beautiful thing that, like, if no one's ever driven through Utah, you need to do so. It's absolutely beautiful. It's unbelievable. All right. But anyway, I just said about enough, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.